Namaste everyone. Thank you for joining in yet another video. And in today's video, we'll be covering this transit of Saturn through, through the houses and what it means or what are its implications for all the moon signs or the 12 moon signs, okay, or all the 12 ascendants. And in today's video, we'll be looking at the implications of Saturn's transit into Pisces for Aries moon or Aries lagna. Okay. And, I've included this diagram because a few people said that, it is difficult for them to understand the aspects of the planet without a diagram. So, if you are an Aries moon, then what you must know is that uh, the first phase of your sadisati, which is the 7.5 year troublesome period of Saturn, has started. And if you want to understand how, to deal with sadisati, then I would request you to please go through my previous video on 7 life changing perspectives on sadisati. Okay, so this you'll get a better understanding of what Sarasati is and how to deal with it, during the 7.5 year period. But anyways, so while reading the transits of Saturn, there are a few important rules to remember. Okay. The first rule is that the house to which Saturn transits, that house becomes the focal point of your life for the next 2.5 years. Okay. The third aspect of Saturn is going to bring challenges. The seventh aspect of Saturn is going to bring fulfillment. And the 10th aspect of Saturn is going to bring some kind of failure in any area of the house, which, is to which it is looking at. Okay. So in this case, as Saturn has moved into Pisces, so for Aries Lagna or Aries Moon, Saturn has moved into the 12th house. So this 12th house is going to become the focal point of this transit. Okay. So all the 12th house matters, whether it is related to going to a foreign land or maybe it is, or maybe, maybe spending some time in isolation, or maybe you've been wanting to take a trip to an ashram, okay, or some spiritual retreat. So your focus is going to be entirely on 12th house affairs, okay? And Saturn moving into the 12th house can also impact your sleep quality. All of a sudden you might feel that you are not getting proper sleep anymore. Okay, so something or the other is disturbing your sleeping patterns. Okay, and as I said, that the house where Saturn moves, or the house where Saturn is currently transiting, becomes the focal point of your life for the next 2.5 years. Okay, now looking at the third aspect of Saturn, for Aries ascendants, it falls in the second house. Okay, so it is going to bring certain challenges in terms of finances. Okay, in terms of finances, it is going to bring certain challenges. There could be challenges on the family front. Okay, there could be challenges related to your family, assets. Okay, there could be challenges with regards to your eating habits. All of a sudden, you might feel that, your food habits have gone for a toss, or the food is no longer tasting good the way it should be. Okay, and it can also give you some, remember that Saturn represents the Vata element. So it can give some, problems like dry cough or pharyngitis and so on, because the second house, it also represents your neck. Okay. Saturn is directly looking at the sixth house by its seventh aspect. So in this area, you are going to find some amount of fulfillment. Okay. For example, you could be dealing with some litigations, and now the time has come to either win over those litigations or, give it back to your enemies, maybe. Maybe you have been dealing with helper issues or servant issues for a long, long time. And that can also seem to be coming to an end. Okay. Maybe you're suffering from some kind of a disease, and now it is time that you are going to recover from that disease. Remember, sixth house is also the house of your immunity. Okay. So the the 10th aspect of Saturn is falling on your ninth house, and this could bring challenges in your relationship with your father, or maybe, in the relationship with your boss or superiors. Some issues, say you are pursuing higher education or PhD, it could bring some issues with regards to that, with regards to the pursuance of your higher education. Maybe you are planning to travel long distance for a long time. You are finding issues with, with visa or passport, or maybe certain issues have come up which are not allowing you to travel to a, to make long distance travels. Okay. Ninth house, remember, is also the house of dharma. So maybe, you've been following a spiritual routine, and now you've found it difficult, you start finding it difficult to maintain the same routine that Saturn has come into Pisces, because the focus is all on Pisces. Okay, these are just the aspects. Okay, so this is about Saturn in, this is about Saturn in Pisces for Aries Lagna or Aries Ascendant. Please do let me know what challenges you're facing, or how this transit of Saturn into Pisces have brought challenges for you if you are in Aries Moon or Aries Ascendant. And please subscribe to the channel. Share the content of this video if you found it useful. And as always, I'll see you soon in yet another video. Namaste. Om Gurave Namah.